How's it going, Facebook? It's been a minute since I made one of these videos. Been through a lot of um life altering situations, and um, I came out on the other side with a few things to say. Um, Being strong isn't about not crying when you're hurt, not showing emotion or standing stoically. I mean, that's a type of strength, but being strong is doing what you need to do in situations where you don't want to do them, where you're too hurt, or you're too sad to get out of bed, all that stuff. So, um, my wife committed suicide right in front of me on February 25th, 2022. The day after her birthday. She was born 2/24/89. And things got hard for her, and she had some problems that most people would never understand, and I could barely understand some of them, even though that I have my own problems. Um, my wife was one of the strongest people I know, and I'm so fortunate that I was able to spend the time with her that I got. Um, my wife's suicide literally took the wind out of my sails. I went back out. Um, I'm clean again. April 16th of this year, 2022. I'd gotten sober again. I have 22 days sober. Um, like I said, her suicide took the wind out of my sails, and it flipped my world upside down. Um, Especially witnessing what I had witnessed, and in that, it whipped up a big storm. And that big storm came in the form of people standing up against me, thinking I had murdered my wife. In that storm, uh, I found great paranoia, possibly uh, due to what people were saying and the rumors they were spreading and their conspiracy theories they were making up, and also from my past experiences. That I'm not really going to go into right here. However, when I was 16, I almost went to prison for a murder that I didn't commit, or I almost went to jail, uh, and would have been waiting on a trial. And it all was a simple shake of the head, yes or no, and and like I would have been gone if they would have did this. That would have been it. Um, However, luckily, thank God, because it happened to my two brothers, Tommy and Raymond Hires. They spent 26 years in prison for murder they didn't do in 1986, and they got out in 2012. And they've been free 9 years. One of them has since passed away about 8 months ago. But anyways, God rest his soul. God rest my wife's soul. Um, you know, I realized as a 40-year-old man, you know, great loss is a part of this life, and there's nothing you can do about it. You can't you can't stop it. when the time comes, and the only thing that we can do is ride its wave, man, and you know, and it's up to us whether we're gonna crumble under it or land on shore safely, and you know, um, there were a few times after my wife committed suicide that I wanted to do the same thing. There were some times when I I wish that she would have shot me before she shot herself. I wanted to go with her. I didn't want to stay here. No, I was devastated, heartbroken. Um, and that was the part of it that took the wind out of my sails. That was that linear time span of that. And then there was this part of it where, you know, I got suicidal and it didn't work. Um, um, I got to using again, and I did too much. Every time the rush went away, I'd do some more. And at that point, I was about 3 grams in, and all of a sudden, I got really tired. And I just remember thinking, damn, I'm tired. What the F is up with that? And then I felt like I was too tired to breathe. And and I laid back on my bed and I called out to my wife. And I said, Carly, come here. Be with me. I'm coming home. And I felt my wife crawl up on my bed and spoon me. She laid behind me and she threw her arm over me. Whether this really happened or not, but it's my experience. It's what I experienced. And then I fell asleep while she was holding me. And when I fell asleep, I had a dream. My wife was a nurse practitioner. I had a dream she was taking care of me. I had a dream that she took care of me the whole night while I slept. And I was like out of my body watching over her take care of me while I slept. Then I woke up in the morning, and the first thing that came to my mind was, how the hell did I fall asleep doing that much of that stuff that I was doing? And then my other thing was, my wife saved my life. She saved my life. And I wondered how in the hell I wasn't dead. And then it came to me that it wasn't my time. I got more work here. And that was the day the gears started turning. Nothing happened right then. But it set on a motion of events to start happening to where I got so sick of being around these people that I was around. And I got so drained. And like, I would look at them and just want to throw up. I would look at these people and want to puke. One of the last things that my wife said to me the morning I was showing my ass before that afternoon when she killed herself was, you have to stay sober now, Robbie. She told me. She said, you have to stay sober now. You can't get high anymore. Those were her exact words. You have to stay sober now. You can't get high anymore. And I don't know if she was saying that because she knew, or if she was saying that because I was being a jackass. But either way, she let me know what she wanted from me. And then I stood up. I wiped myself off. I got out of town for 6 days. Ended up saving someone's life while I was out of town. Started getting a sense of purpose on this planet again. And I started understanding what she really wanted from me as a spiritual being having a human experience here. She wanted me to stay sober, to help other people. She always saw something in me that I didn't see all the time, you know, and she loved me, you know, she loved me a lot. She may not have did everything that I wanted her to do, or she may not have always acted the way that I wanted her to act, but she loved me. And when I got to a point of like where I was able to watch some videos from our past, like a Christmas video and some other videos, and I really started just looking at these pictures. I really just started looking at them. Like I'd seen them before after she passed away, but I really just started looking at her facial expression. And I saw that my wife genuinely loved me. I heard her voice in these videos and the sweet things that she was saying to me, and in her tone, and I, you know, I had no doubt then that my wife loved me greatly, you know. So she had her own problems, and sometimes those problems created barriers in our relationship through things we may have said to each other or done to each other. However, excuse me, this is a pretty raw video here, so just this isn't a 3-take video. This is right off the hip, man, shooting from the hip. So I just want to let people know out there that, like, if your wife if she is sad and she's depressed and she has, you know, any kind of bipolar, major manic depressive disorder, anything like that, major depressive disorder, just be careful, you know. One thing that I really took away from a lot of this too is that I see how my friends talk to their wives sometimes, and it makes me think about some of the stuff I said and did to my wife before she passed, you know, and I wish I could go back and undo those things, but unfortunately I can't, and I can use this dark past into my future as a bright light for other folks, you know, and that's what I plan on doing. So my coping skills of getting through that didn't work at first. It was all about getting high, and just blotting it out, you know, and then coming down 8 hours later or whatnot. It got really extremely hard again, you know, and I would find myself going back to where I thought the comfort was, which wasn't the comfort. Now I embrace my moments when I, you know, get sad and tear up, and a lot of those times they're not around people. They're in my vehicle, you know. That's my time, is in my vehicle to let loose and to grieve a lot. And when I was gone for that 6 days, I was in LJ, And Carly and I would travel sometimes. I mean, we weren't like real well off or anything like that, but we would make time to go places, to experience stuff. And like and our big thing while we were on the road is looking at sunsets. It's all about, man, look how pretty that sunset is. So anyways, I was on, I think it was US 19 or 50, might have been 50. It's 50 west. I was going west back towards LJ. And the sunset was amazing, and I just lost it, dude. And I got so sad, and it reminded me of her. And now when I lose it, it's like, I feel like me being sad like that, like, kind of blocks her from me. And so, like, now it's like it's a mixture of like crying and laughing at the same time. But it's not always like that. But like, I couldn't even do this before. Like, I couldn't smile. Like, there was no smiling. My mom said Carly's family lost I probably shouldn't have said her name. Your wife's family lost your wife, but we lost you too, is what they said. They said, you're not the same person. You don't smile. Um, and it did. It affected me. I saw everything from the bang. I didn't see the bang, but I saw everything from the bang on out. And I held my wife while she was dying in my arms. And I got to spend some time with her and let her know that I was there. And let her know that I loved her. And hardest thing I ever had to do is to go through this. So being strong isn't always about not crying and putting on a facade that you're not hurt. It's about standing up when the time's right and when you're ready. Because that's the only time you're going to do it, is when you're ready. And to do the things that you're supposed to be doing. Dust yourself off. Stop doing that bullshit. Get out there and start living life. Start helping people make more meaning out of life. Now I'm involved in therapy, counseling. I'm sober again. My wife saved my life on many levels. I don't know if I would have ever caught lightning in a jar again. Even my last videos, they were just like spurts of time that I would make when I got sober, but I just, there wasn't a big tragic event, it was just like she was going through her stuff, possibly a manic episode, and would leave through those, and I would decide to, start doing things different. But like, this is different. It's like I caught that lightning in a jar again. This situation really brought me to my knees. It chopped me down. It chopped me lower than I've ever been before, and I decide when enough is enough, and that's my decision. So, anyways, I don't know if I've reached anybody or helped anybody, but I know there's hundreds of people going through the same stuff. Millions of people that are going through the same stuff, and you got to swim through it. As one of my old friends that I had to let go through this situation used to say, you got to swim through it. You just got to swim through it, Bo. Doesn't mean don't feel it. It just means do the right thing. Just do the right thing, and you'll get through it, and you'll come out on the other side a real stronger person and a better person. So that's my experience with that. Sorry I haven't made a video in a while. I was too caught up doing a bunch of bullshit, and I'm back now. So y'all have a good day.